Hey everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop, and we're very happy to see you here today. Today we're working on another little Christmas gift that you can do for people. It's called the Rosanna Headphone and Cord Wrapper. And I'll show you exactly what this is. One for headsets or small cables. There's actually 3 sizes. This is the small one here. That's the one I made there. There's also a medium size one, which I've got it cut out there, and a large size one, which I have that cut out right there. Okay, and it's a free pattern from Craftsy, also from ithinksew.com. That's ithinksew.com. You should go there and find all the supplies. It's free. Check her out. It's only from 2016. I think it's a great idea with all the techie stuff that we have for all of our little gidgy gadgets, between the headset and your phone and your cables to plug in and extensions and all sorts of fun stuff. So why not make something fun? So what I did is I chose 3 different outside colors or inside colors, depending on when you do it, and then I did the other set matching. So if I wanted to give this as a gift to, you know, my nieces or my sisters or something, I can kind of make like a little matching set. So whether it be all on the insides the same color and the outsides are different because they can know which one it was for or what have you. So it's just to trace this pattern twice, one of your outside fabric and one of your inside fabric, and then you need interfacing twice for one for each side, for each bit of fabric, okay? And then we're just gonna cut it out and sew it around and have some fun and put a little snap on it, just a little snow snap, okay? Just like that. Little snap fasteners, okay? And I borrowed Munchkin's headset because my headsets, I don't use the small ones. I got big ears. It doesn't work for me. Okay, so what we're going to do, I did the small one first just so I kind of get an idea of to wrap my brain around it. So I will show you how to do the interfacing for these 2 right here, and then show you how to put the big one together. So it just doesn't matter, okay? All right, so here, take our little template, and it has you wanting to do this gray line on the inside is your pretty much your template for your interfacing. So what I did is I just traced it the regular way and then just trimmed it a little bit. To me, that I got more of an exact of what I was hoping for. Okay, and I just took a little marker and traced around my pattern. And you'll do this for your fabric as well as your interfacing. Okay, because you're going to have to trace around. Or you could do matching fabrics inside and out. That's up to you. This is a great way to do a feature fabric. If you want a fussy cut, you know, cats, dogs, you know, whatever. It'd be kind of fun. All right, so there's our little outline. And then we're going to take our scissors, and I just folded it over so I can get 2 of them. And then I'm just going to come in on that line just a little bit, like maybe like a quarter or something like that. And that's going to get me the interfacing piece that I'm going to need for my 2 mediums. Okay, and then we're just going to press it because it is a heat and bond on one side. There we go. Okay, so it's just approximate shape to get that right into the center, just like that. And of course the shiny side goes down to the back of your fabric, and that's what makes them nice and sticky. Not sticky, but it sticks to it, okay? So let's just press those 2 real quick, and then we'll get to sewing. This is a very quick and easy project, very little amount of fabric, and a little bit of interfacing, and a lot goes a long way. I think it's great if you know, gifts for people you're just not quite sure of, or teenagers in your neighborhood, you know, they've been mowing your lawn or looking after your driveway for shoveling it or something like that. It'd be a nice little gift for them. You know, maybe they won't lose their cords. We can only hope. All right, once you get it pressed, it just sticks there, okay? It's not going to go anywhere. And then you're just going to put your right sides together, okay? Your right sides together. You can put a pin in. I did that a couple times, and then you're just going to sew around. But it's asking you to do 3/8 of a seam allowance. Normally we deal with 1/4, 1/2, that sort of thing, but 3/8 is what they're asking for, okay? So I put the pin in just so when I'm coming around, it's asking you to leave your center right here open so you can turn and flip, okay? That's where you're going to turn your flip. So you're going to come in and so around here, do a little back stitch because that seam is going to take a lot of pressure as you're trying to flip it in and out. You don't want to rip it. So back stitch, come all the way around, all the way up here, all the way there, and then to here again, and back stitch a little bit, making sure to leave that gap open, okay? And we'll sew those too. We might as well. We're here. So you can see exactly what's going on. Okay, let's just pin this right there quick. And here, there we go. I thought it was kind of a, you know, what if you put utensils together in it and, you know, that goes in the kid's lunch bag? I don't know. I thought, what else can we use with this? What else? How else can we make it happen for us? All right, so there's our two that we're going to sew together. Like I said, free pattern. It's on the Craftsy website as well. We'll put the link somewhere if we can. Other than that, it's ithinksew.com. Okay, so foot down, do a little back stitch, and then slow and steady. Of course, you don't want to sew over your pin. And using this hand here to help rotate things under the needle. You're not forcing it, you're just helping make that curve. Okay. Trying to keep my other hand out of the way so you can really see what's going on. Okay, move that pin out. Okay, and then come back to where we just about started. Put a little back stitch, there we go. Just one or two, just help hold it. You're gonna do a nice stitch around when we get there anyways. You know, when we come to that part, you're gonna do a nice little stitch around to make sure it's all secure. Okay, now it says to clip or trim on your curves, okay? So I found it easier to do the little clip on the inner curve, just like that. And I only did it on the, where I'd already stitched on the other side. I didn't clip it there. And then I just trimmed around the top circle, okay? Just a little bit, just to help alleviate some of that bulk that's going to be on the inside, okay? Just trim it up just a smidge. Okay, round it out a bit. Now, I found this tool helpful. You could use a chopstick, a spoon, you know, a marker that the lid's not going to come off or something like that, or a pencil with the eraser tip or whatever, and just take it and go from one corner. Poke it with your finger so it comes out, and then I found sometimes the tool was the easier way to get the other side for some particular reason. I was trying to force everything out through this little tiny hole. Okay. Just be patient and you can do it. I think I actually got it in the chin. I tried to do the last one. Just work it. You can do it. All right. Almost there. Just got to get the corner to go in or the round. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, I like the little roundness of this tool because I know it's going to not poke through my seams or anything like that. I was kind of, that's okay. It does have a little roundness if you want to be able to smooth it out so you get that complete roundness of the both sides of the little figure eight. Okay. All right. Now make sure everything's poked out. And then this is where this little seam, these little edges right here, they get tucked in. And then you're going to do a top stitch all the way around. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to show you here and I'm fighting with it. There we go. Okay. So that gets that little edge that we're using as our hole to turn things in and out. It gets all the way around. It's nice and snug. And you can see all the stitches, all the fabric is out where it's supposed to be. And then we end up putting our little snaps, our little snap pin or parts, oops, right on that side, and then it just clips together. That's really cute, isn't it? Love it. All right, so we're going to do those stitches all the way around. And it says go right within an 8. So this is where you can use decorative thread. You could use pink, and then it's pink on the black, or purple, or yellow, or whatever. You know, it's the choice up to you. but it asks you to do a 1/8. So you get really, really close to that edge, and you're just helping define the circle. Okay. And once again, using my other hand to help twist things out. And across the stitches you've already just started. Okay. Now we'll trim. And there we go. Isn't that cool? And then we just put our little snaps on. And you can sew those any way you like. What I did, I think these were a little high on this one. I should have moved it down just a smidgy, just like that, and then they would be put right there. But either or, it doesn't really matter. I don't think, as long as the cables fit in there. That's the most important thing. So. And then you just sew those on. And like totally easy. Whip up a few of these and then sew all the little snaps on at the same time, watching a movie on the TV or something. Okay, so here's the bigger one, the larger one. That's for like, you know, your power cables and phone cables. Like mine has this big jack on it that, you know, that has to go in the wall. It's quite heavy. So, you know, even having that probably tucked in there if I could, and with the snap, I think that would be kind of handy. But, you know, it all depends on what you have, you know, what the need is for, okay? All right, so again, start from the one side, do a little back stitch, go all the way around. You can whip up a bunch of these in a weekend for sure. I say that like you're not busy and you have nothing else to do. Of course you're busy. You got lots to do. Countdown's on. As soon as it becomes right after Halloween, it's all Christmas, Christmas, Christmas. All right, again, in that little arch right here, that little curve in, I'm going to clip. Just coming barely to the stitches, not touching the stitches, just around in that little curve. And then for the top parts, I'm just trimming just a little bit. Don't take too much off or you'll have to resew and make a smaller one. Sorry, we've had some kind of yucky weather here, so my voice is a little croaky today. Okay, all right. So once again, taking that little center bit there, and we're going to poke out one of these sides. They're both going to end up eventually coming out. Oh, I probably didn't press that hard. Oh, hold on. Now we're here. Let's do that now. And I did have a halls while I was on crossing guard, so because I was feeling the ticklish before. Okay, hopefully that'll stay. Okay, and then we take. Ooh, that's hot. The corner out. It's just interfacing, stabilizer interfacing. You know, it says interfacing, but it's like a stabilizer interfacing that I have, so I use it as both. Okay, there we go. And we'll just tuck. That was much easier than the small one in the medium. And like taking that little tool, like I said, it's a great chopstick tool. It's the same thing, or the end of a spoon, to be able to make those little parts that you need and want rounded or squared or whatever shape you're going for, like a heart shape or something like that. Then you know that this is the tool that helps you define it better by getting all the spots kind of creased out. Okay, all right, and then we'll fold that raw edge in from our little hole that we were turning it around. Okay, tuck it under, and then just do the stitch all the way around. Okay, like I said, nice decorative thread would be nice on this. You know, I could use purple, so it'd be, you know, purple on the black and then purple on the purple, you know, that sort of thing. You know, there's lots of ideas. Do it in Christmas colors, you know. I know, I'm sure there's lots of ideas. And really, really close to that edge. You're just kind of hugging it. go. Perfect. Okay, and then trim any wayward threads. Okay, and then we put our snap on. Like you can put your snap on the black or on the purple. Like in this case, it doesn't really matter. We'll do one here so you can see. Okay, I'm going to attach it to the black part. So here is the one of the snaps. This actually one goes inside the other. This is like the little pokey part, and then that just snaps right on top. Okay, so what we have to do is there's 4 little holes that we need to stitch down, but we don't want our stitches to show through here. I don't want to see my white thread over on that side. I want to just make sure I'm taking the lining or what fabric I'm using as my lining, and that's it, okay? So here we can go for the large of the proper placement of the snap, and it seems like it's about right there and right there, okay? So what we, I think I might do is, there we go, I found my little chalk, is just make a little mark so I know where I want to keep that. And when I'm aiming to stitch it down, I'll make sure it's on that spot. Okay, so I have a needle and a thread here with a little easy tied knot. In fact, I'll show you how I did it. I just put it over my finger, and then I wrap it around, and then I like roll back and forth between my thumb and my finger, and then that ends up rubbing the little threads together, and then once you kind of pull on it together in a little knot down on the bottom. I know it looks easier than it's said. Okay, and because I don't want to see the knot either, I want to come right up in the center where I just marked, okay, with my needle and thread, and I'm going to place what I want there, and then on these little holes, I'll make sure we're doing the right side. That would have been so silly if I would have done it upside down. That's what the little holes are there for, is for you to thread through. So you just want to take a little bit of your lining with the tip of your needle, and then poke up through that little hole, and then you want to do that about 3 or 4 times in each little section, okay? Each little space it has provided for you to do that with your thread. And instead of going to the outside and just moving that way, you're going to get this little thread across the top. So if you come down back here underneath your first hole that you started in, and then just poke in the lining to do like a little slip under the lining to the next hole, it works. Okay? Just let me line it up better. Come here. You were doing... There we go. Okay. I'm like fighting with it. All right, so then that lines up the second hole. Okay, make sure I'm having this straight again here. Okay, and then again, just taking whatever the lining fabric and coming up, and then just a little bit more of the lining fabric and up through, attaching it. Okay, and I figured this is going to be open and closed a few times. Well, more than a few times, I'm sure. And you know, should really put a few in. Don't just do, you know, 1 or 2. That's not really going to hold it. Okay. And there's some that you can use. It's a little kit. It's like a little, almost looks like a pair of scissors, but it's like a press. You can actually press the snaps in, but you'd be going through both fabrics. So, I mean, that's up to you. If you had some very decorative snaps, you know, like buttons, or not buttons, but like little flowers or something, that would be really cute. I mean, you know, don't not do it because you didn't have the right item, right? So, or you can even use Velcro, little hook and loop. Little square of that would be all right. Okay. Now again, right under with the lining, do the next hole. Okay, oops, that happens. There we go. Okay, this kind of shifted off the center. I'm trying to get it back on center. Arg! Okay. We will get this. Oh, please. It's just because I'm trying to show you. That's why. That's the way it goes, man. Okay. There. 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 Okay, and then you get the other one on, and it looks just like this. little snaps. And then you put your little headset, or, you know, if you take your, you know, I don't know, your slow cooker somewhere, you can tidy up the cable in the back so it's not hanging around or anything. You can just put your little snap in and away you go. Okay? So that's what I'm doing for this weekend project. Hopefully you get a chance to make some of these too. So check out the free pattern. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing. And we'll see you tomorrow on our live stream where we're working on our second Christmas quilt. Okay? Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.